I guess we're starting over because I hit the camera. Oops. Oh, well, we're good. Okay, so let's get a little more fluff on her. So I'll use the yellow ochre, a little white, and I just want to try to get some more paint built up, give it a little more texture. You can even pull a few little feathers out, and let's add white. I do want some white in there. Just kind of fluff her up on the edge a little bit. There we go. Go back to one that's a little bit darker. 4. Oops, that felt a little gray, so I'll add more yellow ochre to it. There. Kind of fluff her here. Pull these down a wee bit more. And a little more red in her tail, I think. So, here's a question. Should we paint the branch in front of the tail? I kind of wanted both the tails showing, but it kind of makes sense that maybe the tail would be behind the branch. I'll let you guys decide. It would be very easy to just paint that branch right on top of the tail and push the tail back. But I may leave it like this, just so I can see her whole tail. And if I want to do a little oops, that's a little bold. Kind of, well, I want a color that's, here, add a little yellow ochre to that. That'll tone it down. Just kind of fill in a little bit. Maybe soften in some of these other little areas back here. So for feet, I'm going to start with the small brush and black paint, and I'm just going to kind of wrap a couple of these little toes, talons, around the branch like so. I think you would see 3 toes. I've got 2 defined, so I don't know. We'll stick a 3rd one in there. What the heck? And on him, we might see something like that. And then this one would be partially hidden behind or under him. So something like that. See, it bothers me when I only see 2 toes, though. I got to make a 3rd toe and hope it doesn't look awkward. And then I'll later, when it's dry, I'll put some orange on top of it because I think their little feet are about the same color as their beaks. Now I want to do that 2nd layer of orange on the beak. So I'll go back to the red-yellow mix. And get that to look bolder. And then to separate the top and bottom beak, I'll just use plain white. And draw a little line. And then if that feels too, which it does, it feels too intense, I'll just take the orange after I rinse out my brush and kind of soften that in a little more. Oops, I laid my hand in the wet paint. You can even put a little bit of a highlight if you want on the top of the beak. I mean, you don't, I didn't do this in the first one, but sometimes you'll see a little extra light right on the top of the beak. I guess we could, I don't know, we could also separate the beak with a darker orange. Let's try that. Instead of just white, let's add in a little black to our orange. And let's see what that looks like. If we don't like it, we can always change it. Oh, it's not quite dark enough. Make sure my brush is at a point. Oops, I'm not getting any paint on there. There it is. I'm going to continue this dark, these feathers outside the eye. To come out here a little farther past his beak. Okay, so now the question is, do I have the beak shape kind of funky? It does feel a little funky. And we're going to put a little dot of light in the eye. Like that. And then it's just a matter of playing with it till you feel like the feathers look nice and fluffy and blendy. I might put a little bit of a yellowy tone on his stomach. Mix some gold and red and yellow and just, oops, that's too much yellow, more red. Okay, there we go. And let's kind of make sure she's in front of him. That was a little bit of a lighter gold, just kind of fluffing out her belly a little. And then with that darker one, the gold and black will kind of give her a little extra fluff back here on her crest. This good old red. He could use a little more red right around his little face. What do we think? We could put a little more red in his wing. It might be a little bit too much black showing through there. Bring it back into the red a little more. Same with her wing, just kind of soften that black in a little more with some red. Oops. Then we're going to put some snow. Oh, let's do our little feet first. So we're going to put orange on top of the black just to kind of soften that back in. So they're there, but not too obvious. Okay, that didn't hurt. I think right in here, let's see what I want to do. Right by her eye, I want to blend that out more. Show some brush strokes that would suggest the way the feathers grow. There we go. That's a little better. And maybe put just a hint of the orangey right here by her little eye. Okay, that's looking better. All right. Those look like two snowy little cardinals. So, after looking at it, I'm going to go back to the white to separate the two beaks because I don't like the darker color. So I tried it, didn't work. Ooh, that's so bright. Okay. Just take a clean brush now and kind of wipe that back a little. And I may have to go back. This is where I start fussing because it's the little tiny details with the orange just to make it not there. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. So now we can take the middle brush and just some plain white paint. And let's put some snow on our little branch. Have some here. Have some here. Making it nice and loose. No fuss. Put some over here. Where else will we maybe see some snow landing? Maybe right in there. Now we're just going to paint snow. And I'll carefully lay in a few right on top of our birds because they're in the snow. Not too many, but enough to get the point across. There, they're in the snow too now. All right. And I think we did it. We painted some happy little birds all cuddled up together. And I hope that this painting finds you well and that you enjoy it and that we get to do it again. Take care, stay well, and until next time, thanks.